Good afternoon, everyone. Pleasure to be here. So there are currently 2 billion underbanked individuals in the world. That means that 1 out of 3 working individuals has never either stepped in a bank branch or have access to financial products and services that are fair. You know, life needs are also credit needs, and individuals who need it the most are usually the ones who do not get access to fair finance. The question is, why is that? One of the main reasons related to that situation is related to the fact that financial providers have a high cost acquiring new consumers, understanding who they are, understanding their affordability to pay, and of course, being able to transact with them and offer them better financial products and services. With that in mind, what usually happens is that big financial institutions usually focus on their prime clients rather than acquiring new customers and getting the risks of offering them products and services. We have also realized that most of those individuals who do not have a prime relationship with a bank, they do have a stable job. And that's what we have taken advantage of to build a channel that is going to improve the way that those financial products and services are offered. So what do? We empower individuals through their salaries to offer, with the support of their employers, fair financial products and services that can improve financial well-being of those underbanked individuals. And how do we do that? We have the software platform that we use to link financial providers, employers, and employees to allow the direct communication between financial institutions and the employees of particular companies. Every time that those employees demand a product, a loan, investment product, savings product, insurance product, the financial institution is going to receive real-time information on who that individual is, where they live, how long they have been working for the company, their salaries, so on and so forth. So with that, they make an instant credit assessment about that individual's ability to pay. And more than that, we are going to count on the support of the employer to deduct the repayments directly from the salary of the individual and remit those to the financial institutions, adding more reliability into this whole landscape. With that, we take the friction out of the equation, we reduce the risk, we reduce the transaction costs and the cost of acquisition, enabling financial institutions to offer better products to better consumers. So that's basically the piece of technology that we have, which is the infrastructure technology that is going to allow the communication between the payroll systems of companies and the financial providers, and of course create the grounds for those transactions. So what I'm going to show you here actually is how easy this can be. My colleague Guy here, he's going to use his mobile phone. We tried to plug it in here, but for technical reasons we could project. But he's going to make the loan application in front of you. Then I'm going to show what the financial provider is going to see and how the process will flow. And it's going to be quite silk and smooth, frictionless, and that's the overall idea behind it. So please, Guy, be free to do that.
I'd like to show quickly our interface that will provide to the employees, to the individual that's going to use that. So here I can just do my login, that I can put my Aadhaar card, I can put my PAN card, or even my employee number. Yeah. My password. And here I have the range of benefits that my company is providing for me, being an employee of them. So here I have, for example, loan request, and also to consult this loan request. I could have here, like for example, to top up my e-wallet, to have funds of investments, to have healthcare, and a huge number of other financial products. So I go to the loan. I can do by the number of installments that I want to pay, or by the number or the amount that I would like to have. So I'm thinking about to buy a new Royal Enfield. It's around, in pounds, around 2.6 thousand pounds. I would like to pay that in 24 months, for instance. So they give me the amount of the installment that I will pay. I go forward on that. And I have here some provider that's allowed by my company to provide me this kind of loan. So I go to Bank Silver. I see everything of the operation here. I process the request and confirm that. And on the same time, the service provider get a notification concerning about my lead that I have generated on our platform.
So as an operator of a service provider, this thing could be totally done digitally. So if the banks has the API to receive this information and the digital underwriting process, this could be totally online, as we have in Brazil and UK, for example. But also, if the financial institution do not have the technical API integration, I would receive an information saying, Mr. Guimoto has just applied for a loan. I would come here, I would command loan request list, I would say list all, I would see precisely his request for his loan, I could see the overall information, I could confirm that the loan is going to be granted, confirm the interest rate, boom, that was going to be it. He's going to receive on his application an information that the loan was granted.
Yeah.
By the end of the...
right now the status already approved.
So by the end of the month, those deductions are going to be made at source via a file that we upload on the payroll system that makes and manages automatically the deduction, and that's going to be it. So again, the idea here is to create a more sustainable environment to offer financial products and services at better prices and rates, moving the friction out of the equation. We of course have also a web portal for companies in which they can integrate online, and also for employees where they can choose their benefits, salary deduction loans, health insurance, tourism. So what we see on the app, we can also see on the web platform. And that's basically it. So if you are willing to promote financial inclusion and sustainable change, time to talk. I'm Delbert, he's Guilherme, and this is SalaryFits. Thank you.
How do you incentivize the employers? How do you incentivize the employers?
Then what's in there for the employers? So in terms of our revenue model, we never charge employers nor employees to do that. And you know, currently in India, 74% of the employees have financial distress. 64% of Indian employees, they suffer from financial anxiety. And 52% assume that their financial trouble impacts on their work environment. So the overall idea here is, why not the employer to be supportive and careful for the financial well-being of their employees? The idea here is that the employer, without a cost, are going to enable better financial products and services for the employees. This can mean that they can improve their, let's say, work environment, productivity rates, and more than that, they are actually empowering the purchase power of employees. Instead of someone paying interest rates of credit cards or overdrafts that are quite high, they can go for credit consolidation, pay less interest during the year, and therefore the employer is enabling an indirect raise on the paycheck of their employees. More than that, when they establish a relationship with financial providers, they can actually have better products to the employers themselves, such as invoice financing, so on and so forth. So the idea is to create a balanced ecosystem between those three players that usually interact with each other, but not on the same platform as we have here.
Just if I may add, for the corporate, who are most benefits to employees. So it's also, the view of the HR, is a benefit to retain the human resource, like against going to change to another company.
When you are granting the loans, are you also doing some credit check of the individual employer?
What we can do is that we can provide information for the financial institutions who are actually offering the credit. By regulation, they have to control their underwriting tools. And of course, what we do is that we offer the information the way they need. So every time that you apply for a loan, the financial provider is going to request 3 months of pay slips, proof of residence, ID, so on and so forth. So we book that information, we deliver that information, and that information runs on the credit assessment of the financial provider and their underwriting system by its own. But of course, we deliver the information more conveniently and certified by the employer, since it comes from the payroll system.
How many customers you have currently?
So we are working in different geographies. In Brazil, we process 4.5 million deductions of salaries per month, which means an outstanding balance of loans of 17 billion euros. In Mexico, we have 400,000 employees into the platform. In UK, we are piloting with 18,000. And right now, we are about to start in Spain and here in India and in Portugal as well.
Why do a multi-country model?
The idea is, the problem on the credit offerings is is actually worldwide spread. So we have been doing this in Brazil very successfully. We have, of course, a big challenge to grow the business over there. But on the other hand, we also see the opportunity to bring fair finance and to bring this sort of infrastructure model to other countries. So the idea is, if the problem is in there, and if we can help to solve that problem, why not to contribute to the marketplace, and of course, to increase the companies and increase the potential for growth. So that's the overall idea. Let's take advantage of the scalability of the platform, which is a cloud system, and let's bring that to as many countries as we can.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, it's been a pleasure. Thank you.